Hello fellow astrologers, welcome back to the next video in our Astrology Keyring Fundamental series. In this video we're going to be talking about what is the air element. So in our last video, A2, we talked about what is the element of Earth. That's right here. The element of Earth, right here. And the one before that, in A1, we were talking about the element of fire and all the elements before that. But in this one, we're going to talk about the element of air. This triangle right here, the yellow one, and these little lines here. We'll talk about air. Going to go over what all the signs, houses, and planets, how they connect, and a lot of their key words and stuff like that, so you know some things about air. Air is the element of thought, communication, and social connection. Air signs live through ideas, asking questions, making connections, and often operating just slightly ahead of their time. They value language, logic, theory, conversation, and are quite knowledgeable. Air brings objectivity, clarity, and a wide-angle view of the world, helping us see patterns others might miss. These are the messengers, teachers, diplomats, and innovators of the zodiac. Air signs excel at being able to touch on a diverse array of knowledge, typically with no particular speciality. But too much air can lead to overthinking, detachment, or analyst paralysis. When grounded, air keeps us curious, informed, and connected, constantly refreshing our view of what is possible. So like all of our videos, we have a collection of links that talk about the topic itself, the element of air. In this case, this is the element of air, and all the different air signs, the houses, and the planets. Let's go over a little bit of that before we move forward. Remember, if you want to look at the actual videos, you click on the little links here on the side. If you want to look up the Google information, you can click on these individual links here in the book. So let's go over them. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The air houses are the 3rd house, the 7th house, and the 11th house. The air planets are Mercury, Venus, and Uranus. Now we did mention before that Mercury and Venus are shared by some Earth signs as well, but we'll get more into that when we get into the D series. We're talking about the planets. So let's look at it linearly. Gemini is connected to the 3rd house, and it's one of the rulers of Mercury. Libra is connected to the 7th house, and it's one of the rulers of Venus. And Aquarius is connected to the 11th house and the ruler of Uranus. Now let's look at how it all connects on the key ring over here. When you look over here at the beginning, Gemini, here in the 3rd house, this is the 3rd house, and here it shows Mercury is one of the ruler. It also shares it here with Virgo. Again, we'll talk about that later on. You also have here Libra, the 7th house. This is the 7th house, and Venus shares Venus with Taurus. We also have over here Aquarius. It's the 11th house, and Uranus, it's a fixed sign. It does say Saturn. Once upon a time, Aquarius used to share Saturn with Capricorn, but not anymore. Again, that stuff we'll talk about in planets in the D section. So also down here at the bottom, you'll see that each one of these little nuggets of information right here are corresponding to a line here at the bottom, which gives the same information to help you see how they all connect: air sign, air sign, air sign. And it'll show what makes them different and how they connect. But let's go back and look at those general traits. Okay, as in all of our videos, we like giving a bunch of traits. We like doing general traits, positive and negative traits, so we give a good little balance of some key words so you'll remember some things about what your actual element or the topic we're talking about. Remember a little bit more about what they're like. Now, again, some of these keywords may show up later on. We may be talking about Libra later on, and some of these keywords may show up because, yes, it is an air sign, and they'll share these traits, but it's just one more thing to help you kind of remember what these things are like. So let's go over them, and I'll read these off. General traits: thought, communication, curiosity, logic, social awareness, objectivity, movement, and intellect. Positive traits: articulate, inventive, insightful, charming, analytical, open-minded, friendly, and idealistic. Now, negative traits: detached, indecisive, overthinking, superficial, scattered, aloof, inconsistent, and argumentative. So these are a good collection of traits. When you're thinking of air signs, these are some things, positive and negative. Granted, some of these things may not be harmonious with you. You may be a different type of person, but remember, just because it doesn't harmonize with you doesn't mean it's not harmonious with somebody else. That's what makes us all different. Somebody's got to be that person. Well, that pretty much sums up everything about what is the air element. In the next video, A4, we'll be talking about what is the water element, and that'll sum up our entire A series on what are all the elements. We hope you have enjoyed this video from our Astrology Keyring series. If you like the content, please like, follow, and share with your friends. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed journey.